Okay, for where I wrote almond milk on the bottom, I took 2 cups of almonds and 4 cups of water, okay? So I put 2 cups of almonds and 4 cups of water into the Vitamix. Then turned it on and let it whir, just a minute or 2 until you were sure that everything was broken up. Then you take a nut milk bag, an empty nut milk bag, or you could use a fresh knee-high. And they cost what, 99 cents? It's up to you. I have a knee-high at home, and we use a nut milk bag here. Okay, so you pour the thick milk that has pieces of almonds in it through the bag. Ooh, sorry. And you have a large bowl underneath you, like so, okay? And you close it, and it's filled up like an udder. It's like a cow udder, right? It's ready to be milked, okay? And you press gently without letting stuff squirt out the top. Press, and you'll see it'll just start squirting out, and there's your milk. That's almond milk. This stuff is liquid. This is not liquid. This is gold. Don't get rid of it. Freeze it. Put it in make a macadamia, and make a macaroon out of it. Make cookies out of it. Make raw bread out of it. A million things you could do with it, and you could freeze it for later. But do you have any ideas, Susan? No?
Crust?
Crust. We once made a fabulous thing out of what to do with leftover almond pulp, and it was delicious. Yes. It was like a cookie, a soft cookie that you put in the Cuisinart and pulse chop with a lot of good stuff, and it was fabulous.
And
okay.
You could even make raw oatmeal with it.
Wow. Wow. How would you do that?
I would take raw, unglutenized, gluten-free oatmeal.
Yes.
And soak it with that.
Wow.
And add a little bit more water to it.
Wow.
Soak it overnight.
Wow.
And add a few berries in the morning. It'd be delish.
Wow. Awesome. Okay, so don't get rid of that. Okay, so now we have the almond milk. All right, I didn't measure it. You think we should measure it? It's about 4 cups. It will be about 4 cups. Okay, so it's 4 cups of almond. Okay, so we're going to take the almond milk, which I made this afternoon, and I'm going to put it in the Vitamix. Okay. Now.
And you can see how much to measure on there.
Oh, right. Yes, it's just under. It's like 3.5. Because I guess with the pulp and all that. Okay, then I took some very, very, very ripe bananas. My idea was, you know how bananas get like fermented, the darker they get, and they kind of taste like alcohol? Well, that was like the brandy, right? Since we can't put alcohol in, put like a very, very ripe banana, and I froze it. So I don't know, it'll taste banana-y, but. So I have, that's 1.5. So that's about 2 bananas then. Let's write that down. So 2 bananas. Oh, I didn't write bananas there, did I? Yes, I did. 2 frozen, very ripe bananas. Okay, and the about 3.5 cups of almond milk comes out to. Okay, then we'll put some dates in for sweet, and the dates will also give nice color because, thanks, because eggnog is like a little yellow from the egg, right? So we're going to use dates for a little color and sweet. Okay, so I'm thinking 6. We'll see. And we're taking the pits out. And sometimes there's like a little, sometimes there's like this little nubby. Take the nubby off.
The end cap.
The end cap.
And the good news is, with raw, there basically are no mistakes. So if it's 4 dates, if it's 5
right.
dates, if it's 6 dates,
right.
It all comes out delicious. So you don't really have to worry about being exact with your measurements. And plus, by virtue of the food being live food, every date has slight different sweetness. Every orange has slight different sweetness or flavor. So you're going to want to taste a little bit each time anyway, and adjust
right.
anyway. So don't worry about making your measurements exact.
Right. A little vanilla. This vanilla happens to be very, very strong. You have to know your vanilla, know which vanilla you're using. Just going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of that. Okay. Okay. Then let's take some nutmeg. So you can use fresh nutmeg. I don't have any, so, but you can definitely like take your own. Nutmeg is really strong too, so I'm going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and we can always add more. We can always add more. Okay, then we take some cinnamon. I don't know, I'm thinking a half. You think that's too much? Too much? Okay, a 1/4. Okay. All right. 1/4 teaspoon of each. Okay. Just a tiny bit of salt. I know that regular eggnog has a little bit of salt in it. And it just balances. So just a little, hopefully that's not too much. So that was a pinch. Okay, and then, I don't know, I just thought macadamia nuts for body and thickness, but they have a macadamia flavor. I don't really know how it's going to be, but let's add 6 and see what happens. Ooh. 6. Okay, and just a little maple syrup for flavor. You don't really need it, but if you want it, you can just, you know, I'm going to put a tablespoon of maple for flavor. Put that all in there. Okay, tablespoon. Now, you know how it's kind of viscous eggnog? All right, so I couldn't find, we have something called guar gum, but I couldn't find it. So I'm going to try a little chia and see what happens. What do you think? Okay, so this is a 1/4 teaspoon.
And if you put the chia in early in the game, it'll really get
Yeah, you can let it sit a little maybe, like.
Put it in right after the milk.
Oh, okay, right. I should have put it in right away. Because that's a 1/4. I think a half. Like one more?
Depends how long it sits.
Right, and we don't want Jell-O.
The thicker it'll get.
It soaks up 4 or 5 times as much water.
Right.
It's like insane. So you think maybe that'll do something?
We can always add more.
All right, we can always add more. That was a 1/4. Let's see what happens.
And you know what? If it's thick, so you have eggnog pudding.
There you go. Okay. All right, let's see. Well, let's see what we got. We'll see what we got. Oh, you know what? It's kind of thicky like eggnog. Has a good look. Has a nice smell.
Some in a cup first.
Okay. So you take some too, Susan. Let's have a powwow and then we'll... Okay. Cheers. Ready? You love it?
How does she do it?
Do you? I really taste banana, but I'm like, what is that funny flavor?
We'd have a little less vanilla.
Okay. That vanilla's strong. One more time. I think, you know, you can play with the nutmeg and the cinnamon. Can I add just a little more cinnamon? No? You like it the way it is?
I like the way it is, but you see, we all have a different taste.
Taste it now.
So,
and you can add more cinnamon. You can play with it.